Good afternoon, I'm Superintendent Tony Hill, the Canterbury District Commander. I'm going to read you a short statement about the incident that unfolded last night. After that I will take some questions. Late last night, police shot two people following a report of family harm at an incident in Clyde Road, Bryndwr, Christchurch. Sadly, a woman died at the scene and a man sustained critical injuries. The man is now in a stable condition in hospital. His injuries are not thought to be life-threatening. These incidents are extremely distressing for all involved. Our priorities are the investigation, support to the family of the two people who have been shot, and to our staff that were involved in the incident last night. Police were called to the property about 11 p.m. last night after receiving a 111 call from a person who was not present at the address. They told the emergency call taker that a man was allegedly armed with a knife. He was threatening to hurt both himself and his partner. Due to the information provided to police at the time, officers have established a safe forward point and made the tactical decision to arm themselves. As police approached the address, a woman has run out of the house, closely followed by a man in possession of a hunting knife. Police believe the woman was in risk of imminent serious harm and fired a single shot which hit the man. An officer has approached the man to provide first aid. The woman has picked up the knife and began to threaten officers. Despite an appeal for her to put down the weapon, she has advanced on police brandishing the knife. A second shot was fired, hitting the woman. Officers immediately provided medical assistance. However, unfortunately, she has died at the scene. Support is in place for the 10 officers who were in attendance at the scene at the time. Cordons remain in place at the address, and a scene examination will be carried out at the address over the next couple of days. I want to assure communities that there is no ongoing threat in relation to the events of last night. I also want to acknowledge the difficult situation that our staff found themselves in. Drawing a firearm is one of the last things that a police officer wants to do, and is likely mostly one of the most significant decisions they may have to make in their career. A critical incident investigation is underway, alongside an investigation by the Independent Police Complaints Authority and a procedural investigation. Again, I want to offer our condolences and thoughts for the family of the two people who were shot. I'm happy to take questions now.
Are you confident the right tactical option was used in this case?
The tactical options that were used in this case will form a large part of the investigation. I think it's inappropriate for me to say at this stage about whether they were the right decisions at the time. That will be part of the investigation. What I will say, it was a highly dynamic situation. Having personally been in one of these myself, I can tell you that they unfold very quickly.
What other tactical options were available to the officers at the scene?
So again, the tactical options that were available at the time will form part of the investigation. My understanding is that they had the normal full array of tactical options that our frontline have available to them.
Is it standard to be armed when approaching a scene like this?
The decisions about arming when going to jobs is case by case and based on the threat that was there at the time. And again, this is a situation where the 111 call to police highlighted that a male at the address was threatening not only himself with a knife, but the other occupant that was there as well, believed to be his partner.
Were the shots fired from the handgun to the police or from a long rifle?
So they were fired from a long rifle and from a police issue firearm.
From the same officer or two different officers?
From the same officer.
And what happens now with the officer?
Well, again, there's procedures in place here. I'm not going to get into the details about how we're doing that, but there is a thorough investigation that will unfold over the next period, which will uncover all the facts of this case.
Are they working?
How are the officers involved in this?
Well, all our officers involved in these situations are, obviously distressed about them. We've got good services wrapped around them. We're supporting them through this.
Also, Tony, we've heard from residents in the area and from people who knew the couple who talk about a history of family violence here, or police routinely being called to the address. What can you say about police's previous interaction with the couple and how that formed the police's decision to arm up at the address?
So again, the prior history or our knowledge of the two people that are involved would be inappropriate for me to comment at this stage. They will form parts of significant parts of our investigation. I do want to point out again that this is a tragedy not just for our people, but very much for the families that are involved here.
The man who was injured at the time, where did he sustain gunshot wounds? What part of the body?
I'm not going to talk to where the injuries were sustained on either of the people who were shot, sorry.
Was the address flagged in any way for weapons, firearms, family violence, mental health?
Yeah, again, the questions about our knowledge of the address and the people there will form part of the investigation. I just want to remind people that we're not even 24 hours into this event at the moment. We need some time to get to understand those facts very clearly.
Are you in a position to confirm that the woman was a mother but that the children were not living on site?
Again, I'm not prepared to talk about facts or about the personal circumstances of either of the people at the address.
Were there any other people at the address other than these two?
No, my understanding is that they were the only two people at the address at the time.
You talk about investigations, so what kind of investigations have been launched and what can we expect in terms of a timeline for these?
Yeah, so there's the critical investigation about the incident itself, which police conduct. We've brought in a senior officer from outside of the district to ensure that there's a good independence of that investigation. There's the investigation that the Independent Police Complaints Authority will be conducting. We've advised them already of the incidents that took place last night. And the third investigation is about have we got our policies and procedures right in that, which is normal with any of these events.
Were any of the 10 officers AOS trained?
Again, I'm not going to get into the specific facts about the staff who were there.
Do you know, you say the initial call maker to police wasn't on scene. Do you know how they knew what was unfolding on the scene?
Again, those are facts that will come out in the investigation. What I can tell you is that the person who informed police about what was unfolding knew the two people involved.
Were the two people at this scene under the influence of any alcohol or drugs that you're aware of?
Those are facts we're yet to establish in part of the investigation.
Is this a shoot to kill sort of situation? What was the New Zealand Police policy with that kind of situation?
Well, all I can tell you, there's not a policy in police to shoot to kill. Our staff use firearms in the protection of themselves and others. There's no such thing as that. What I will say is that the actions of police are going to be subject to this investigation, and we need for the investigation to unfold to tell us those.
So what's your message to the community now, with people who know them?
Sorry, I missed your question. Do you mean?
What's your message to the community, or even just to the families of the people who were killed?
Oh, look, as I said in my original statement, I said our thoughts are definitely with them. Our staff have been out and spoken to them and advised them about what's happening. We will continue to offer them support over the coming days, as we will with our staff.
Can you say whether AOS was deployed at all or at the scene?
No, I'm not going to answer questions about who was deployed at the scene. As I said earlier, our staff were informed of this at about 11 p.m. last night. We quickly responded to the incident.
How big was your team on the ground there, Tony?
As said, there were 10 officers at the scene.
How long were officers at the scene before shots were fired?
Again, the questions about how long we were there and the circumstance unfolding are all part of the investigation.
We'll cut it there, guys.
Right, thank you, team.
Thank you. Thanks, Tom.